Glasses, sir.
Man.
These are my glasses. These are prescription glasses.
Them just prescription?
Yeah. Hey, if I gotta wear glasses, they might as well be stylish. You dig? So
I don't know about the stylish part. Them just look like some box Chevy windshields.
All right, I'll let you get this shit out today. Man. All right, so I see you already ready, so we can go ahead and get started.
Yeah, man. All right. Let's do it, man.
So what's goody, what's good? I am your host, Jason JWillDoes, and I got my guy, Ivan, the Grizzly, the Greats. And we are the Off on the Tangent podcast. So what's good, man? Well, actually, you know what? I ain't gonna say what's good to you first. Would like to say I do apologize that we did not post on Wednesday due to scheduling issues. So this will be on when you are listening to this will be Juneteenth. So happy Juneteenth. All my lovely Black fellow Americans, African Americans, everyone all across the land. Happy Juneteenth. It's a celebration, bitches.
It's a celebration.
It's a celebration. It's a celebration.
That's a celebration.
Props to Dave Chappelle and Rick James. Rest in peace.
Yeah, man. Juneteenth is going to be big this year for everybody, I believe. I think it's going to be real big, man. I think everybody should participate that possibly can in learning about Juneteenth, learning about the history of. Some people may disagree and say we're not totally free, but I think it's a good time to reflect and a good time to just learn some stuff. You know what I'm saying, and be around your people that you can safely be around with COVID, and obviously quarantine is still going on, but you can read about it and talk about it amongst your family members and. Sit down and enjoy a meal together and have that discussion, man. I think that's important for us, especially right now. I think that's very important for us.
I don't even think, real talk, I don't think half of us even know what Juneteenth is, which is the sad part. A lot of us still just be ready to celebrate the 4th of July. Be like, nigga, this is our 4th of July.
Yeah, but it's, I think with the internet, which is, very, very important aspect of a lot of the sharing of information right now. You can easily go and look up the beginnings of Juneteenth, who came up with it, where it started, the actual celebration and the learning aspect of it, like who started it, where it came from, what does it mean, what's the significance of it. And I mean, you can learn that in 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So people don't know, they can easily go Google that, look it up. You know what I mean? So I think that right now it's very important for us to take advantage of this moment and this opportunity to really kind of advance the culture, the culture. And I typically look at it from a perspective of Pan-Africanism. You know what I'm saying? Understanding Pan-African. Yeah. I think, and just a quick sidebar, probably Garvey, Dr. Clark, John Henry Clark, Kaba Kameen, a lot of those are probably my heroes as it pertains to me learning more about Pan-Africanism and the whole, Back to Africa movement and the whole learning about Africa, where you are in the States and I just think that that's the thing we probably should be focusing on, other than a lot of some of the other stuff that a lot of people talking about right now. I think it's more of a bonding and a uniting moment for us if we use it, you know what I'm saying? And to just learn about Pan-Africanism, what's the significance of it, how the diaspora overall, we're all from the same continent. And so we just got dropped off at different places, you know what I'm saying? And we learn different things and we study different religions and we study different cultures. But in actuality, we all come from the same place. So, yeah, shout out to everybody celebrating Juneteenth and enjoy your people, man. Love on your people. You know what I mean? We need it.
So, do you feel like, how should I say this? Because so far it's been happening this whole week. Are you up to educating white people on Juneteenth?
I believe that. I think that's a necessity. You know what I mean? The education of colonialism, the education of white supremacist ideals were forced on us. We were forced to learn a history full of lies. Right. So, I don't think it's a problem at all that whites should be taught about real African and real African American history. I think that the key to continuing what we're talking about as far as
I just want to know how long. I want to know how long it's gonna last, because we went through a "I'm black and I'm proud" moment a while back, and then next thing you know, I guess we got laxed or something like that. But we was walking around with the kente cloth and the kente hats and all that other type of stuff, and it's like I guess we forgot, or everyone else forgot.
Well, I don't. When we talk about those like movements of those particular times, I think that they didn't disappear. It's so interesting that you say that, because I remember watching the Cosby Show, right? And then on the Cosby Show, that was one of the first times I saw kente cloth, and I saw it in my neighborhood too, because actually one of black pharmacist in my neighborhood had kente cloth in his pharmacy. And so I didn't know what it was, but I just knew it was African. I could look at it and tell it was African. I just right off the bat, I didn't know the name of it, but I knew it was African. It was something that had to do with Africa. And seeing kente cloth on the Cosby Show kind of brought that to me to the forefront of kind of then wanting to find out what it was about and what the history was about behind it. We went through the civil rights movement of the 60s, right? And to kind of the tie in what you said about educating whites about Juneteenth and about African history and African American history, whites are always a part of movements, simply because you can't separate white folks from anything that you do in this country, because everything you do in this country has something to do with white folks, either in a positive manner or a negative manner. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So in order to move the culture forward, as it pertains to African culture in America, whites do have to be educated, because there's something that Dick Gregory said, rest in power, that he said years ago about why white cops give black people such a hard time, because they don't know anything about black folks. They automatically view us as a threat because they didn't grow up around black folks. They don't understand the language. They're jealous of it in a lot of ways because they don't understand the how we walk, how we talk, how we communicate, our anger, our frustration. So it automatically puts them at a distance because they don't get it. They don't understand it. So I think this would be a great time to educate, whether they want to know about it or not. Is a time to educate, it's a time to advise, because I'm more optimistic as it pertains to the long term. This is not going to go in reverse. This country is changing, people wanted to or not. Because one thing I know about how this is bigger than just what's going on in America. It's going on around the world.
Now, you keep
And
saying that,
around the world.
You keep saying that, but I keep seeing it jump being hijacked already by everybody else wanting
It's
their,
not being hijacked. I don't understand why people are saying that. This is not something that can just be it's things you have to understand that.
Hey, them niggas over there getting some rights. I want some rights too.
But there's something what I saw about the other day. I was looking in the paper about they were saying something about I think it was about LGBTQ in the workplace or something like that or whatever. And I was kind of looking like, well, that's kind of already been done. You know what I mean? I didn't really get how that would have been a new thing that they shouldn't be discriminated against at work, because been talking about that for the last probably 10 years or so. Maybe they just made it into a law or something or whatever. I don't know. But my point is that there's a different feeling. I mean, there's a conversation that has to be had. I think if people really want to know the difference in anything else, talk to older Black people, because they've already seen it all. So they're the ones that really can tell us, oh, is this the same or is it different? And speaking to older Black folks, the ones that I've spoken to have said that this is not the same as what they've seen before. Because you have videos that are played across the world now, and America can't hide behind the flag anymore. They can't hide behind the Constitution. They can't hide behind, we do this for our. There are people in Canada that did not know that veterans live in tents and huts, and there are veterans who can't get health care. They didn't know that. People in Mexico that didn't know that a person that goes and fights in a war for this country can't come back over here and get a job, because we've always tried to make it seem like we take care of people.
Okay, they act brand new if they want to. People are aware of this shit.
I'm telling you, man.
Okay.
They are not aware. They're not. You can't say that and then turn around and say that if there was a report that came out, when you have people in distressed countries, because you have to realize the internet is still relatively young. So the only way you got your information about what's going on in another country was via the news, right?
Okay, so
and we know how the news.
So you mean the homeless person that you shit on or holding up a sign, you're unaware that person is a veteran? He doesn't let himself know that he's a veteran in some form of fashion?
No. I'm talking about people from other countries.
They have those people in those countries. They have those people in those countries that are homeless too. They have homeless people there.
No. I'm talking about people in other countries who did not know that America does not take care of its veterans.
Okay. I see what you're saying. No, they don't take care of
what I'm referencing. Right. And what I'm referencing is that that's information that now somebody can take a picture on your right out doing your thing. Right. You can take a picture of a veteran holding up a sign. And for the sake of conversation, it could be a Black veteran, okay, that served in Afghanistan, right? That says, hey, I served the tour in Afghanistan and I can't get a job. You take that picture and post it on your Instagram, and somebody in Pakistan sees it, somebody in Asia sees it, somebody in Malaysia sees that. And people say, man, we saw this picture, and somebody leaves a comment and says, hey, can you talk about this more? We want to do an interview with you, whatever the case is. They might not even ask that question, but the fact that they actually saw that 35 years ago, 40 years ago, that's not going to happen. So America has been able to hide the fact that they don't take care of its people. And in referencing Black folks, America has been able to hide that for a long
Okay,
time.
I got you. I see
Now,
what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Especially post civil rights era. Post civil rights, when we were started to be quote unquote included and so forth and so on, everybody thought we were okay. But like MLK said, I believe that I assimilated or I pushed my people into a burning house. You know what I'm saying? So again, America's been able to hide a lot of things. America can't hide anymore.
Yeah, just like this, these 5 so-called suicidal hangings.
I mean, we're going to see more stuff happen. We're going to see a lot more stuff happen.
I just want to know, since when is that a choice for Black people? Black people don't even really know how to tie knots, but we are hanging ourselves.
No, and
from a tree now. Mind you, I put it like this. Yeah. If you got to go through climbing a tree, you thinking by the time you get up there, you done changed your mind. Yeah. I'm just saying. So
yeah, and that's not going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen.
Hey, man, I just want to say this too. Hey, people, if you're going out, don't be going out places like by yourself. Late at night, whatever like that. I understand you might think you can scrap. I understand you might think if you ain't got that yalk on you or nothing like that, don't be going no place by yourself.
Yeah. Because I totally agree with that. Because the process of change taking place, you have people that are not feeling none of this that's going on, and they're going to test the gangster. You know what I'm saying? They're going to test your resolve. They're going to, and I'm seeing it happen. Videos being shared daily of white folks so mad that
they step into
person
you.
Has even like they are stepping to you like, oh, so y'all think y'all something now, and that's basically what it is.
Right?
Y'all think y'all something now. Y'all got the attention on y'all. Oh. Well, I done this here, and you ain't finna tip. And so, up to folks' cars and people, they can't park places and challenging folks on the street. I mean, it's not a smart thing to do. In my opinion, it's not a smart thing to do at all, because tensions are at an all-time high for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Especially for us. And so, they're going to try you. They're going to.
And while you have access to the internet, find out your rights in your state. Find out your rights.
Is so important.
Find out the rights in your city and your state. So just in case somebody want to pop off on you, you know exactly what to do within your rights. Because a lot of us, we don't know what's within our rights, and then we're shaky. I ain't gonna say we're shaky, but we're stuck in the moment, I guess you could say, because you really don't know what you can and cannot do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like in some cities, some states, you got open carry. You don't even need a concealed weapon or license or anything like that. So just knowing your rights from what city and what's government property line, stuff like things of that nature. So just knowing what people can and can't say to you, people can and can't touch you. If somebody just put their finger on your shoulder, that is assault.
Right. There we go.
You are threatened. You are feeling intimidated, and you had to resort to other measures.
And remember, if they say the word nigga to you and they do it, that's a hate crime.
Exactly.
That's a Fed charge.
Exactly.
That's a Fed charge. That's why, and this is a whole different conversation, but that's why we don't need to get rid of the word.
Quick point. I'll be like this. Quick point. You gotta let these folks. All right, I'm gonna play with you just like you play with me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna play with you just like you play with me, because a lot of them they know the rights, and they know how to push a button to escalate, where they can be like, "Oh my God, he assaulted," and technically you may have, but it was within their right. Know
And
your rights, man. Know your rights. And know how to use your words when you are attacked.
When you are attacked, that's right. That's right.
Is there legalese?
So, quick question
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, just quick question about that. The now I think there are black lawyers, which they were doing it before. I've seen some several on Instagram that had posted even some years ago about what to do when you get pulled over, what to say, not just what to do, but what to say when you get pulled over by police. And those are they got several of them out there. You actually can Google it, and there's several law firms that put out information that said what exactly to say if you get pulled over by police. If you are a teenager and you're driving like your parents' car or whatever, what to say, what to respond with, and all of that. And those are things I think we need to be teaching our kids and sharing with our kids daily.
Man, definitely. A lot of times, I think we try to wait until our child is like a certain age before we have the conversation. It's like, because I think like even with me, I don't even really think my folks even had that conversation with me. I kind of like found out on my own. I found out the hard knock way, right? By police pulling me over and bullying a nigga, and you wilding out. Bow, okay. You like, damn, this nigga just sprung on me. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So you can't do shit, and then you can't come back and file a complaint or anything like that. So it's like once you start knowing that information, or just being prepared. Like just like if you see them around, just make sure you're not acting a fool, or because they will pull you over for anything. If you just buck jumping in the car because you like your music, woo, you like, dude, what did I do? You were mishandling the vehicle. Word? I didn't swerve. But it's how they word things when they pull you over. I thought you was I thought you was intoxicated. You look like you was having a seizure or something like that. It's a whole lot of things that they'll throw over. Like I felt like you needed assistance. I needed to help you, or you look like you're doing something that you had no business doing, or whatever like that. So it's like, unfortunately, you feel like you don't have to, but you have to if you don't want to be bothered at the same time.
At the same time, yeah. And that's the thing about trying to protect yourself when you're in a situation where it's not equal. It's not equal because they got a pistol. They got a gun on them.
Exactly.
And most of the time, we ain't riding around. We ain't riding dirty because we already know what time it is. So, we naked. You know what I'm saying? We just get at the car and just do what we told. So it's not an equal plant. Like I don't have the chance to, which I shouldn't have to defend myself against an officer of the law.
You should.
So that's like I'm behind the 8 ball twice. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in fear because I have to think of a way or come up with a way to defend myself or run right away from this person that is possibly trying to do something to me. And plus, I don't have anything to defend myself with. Like, I don't have nothing to defend myself. It's not like we going mano a mano. I don't have anything to defend myself with.
Right.
So now I got to decide, basically, this man's or this person's has my life in their hands. And they pretty much decide if I live or die. You know what I'm saying? They become judge and jury and executioner right here in front of me. And all I did was get pulled over for a tail light.
And it's not even a tail light.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's not even a tail light.
And it's not even a tail light. And it's not even a tail light. So,
dude, do you know, I want to tell you something. Do you know I got pulled over one time because I had a crack on my windshield? I'm like, nigga, how the fuck do you see? How the fuck you see a crack on my windshield, my nigga? How you see that shit?
You know what? But so some years ago, I got pulled over because I had a crack in the back window, and it wasn't even it wasn't even a big crack. It was like something kind of small.
I ain't talking about
And
the back window. I'm talking about my windshield.
What, the front window?
Yes.
Yeah.
How you see a crack in my windshield, my nigga?
Oh man. Nah,
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't see
riding
that
behind
shit.
me.
You don't see that shit till you walk up on my car, and then you be like,
right.
I saw a crack in your windshield. Word, my nigga.
Yeah.
Word. That's why you pulled me over.
So you saw a crack in my windshield.
And gave me a ticket for that shit.
Behind me.
Right.
I mean, hey, I'm with you, man. Like, I promise you. I got pulled over one time. Dude said, oh, he pulled me over because he said my car was smoking. I'm serious. He said my car, man, your vehicle looked like it's about to quit. I was like, no, it's running fine. He was like, man, you have some emissions coming out. And I'm looking at him like, bruh, this was back when we used to go through inspection. So I'm like,
you the small police, my nigga?
Yeah, I'm like, this joint just passed the inspection, boss. Like, I got my tags and all, I got my registration. I'm like, what you talking? Right. Man, you got a little smoke coming out. I was like, all right, bet. I was like, okay. He's like, man, you might need to get that fixed.
Like, thanks for letting me know.
I was like, yeah, I appreciate that. Thanks. Then it was like, where you going? Man, I'm going to work, dog. Like, I'm headed to work right now. Okay, man, you just slow it down. Then he tells me to slow it down. That was the other thing. So you say you pulled me over. This is so crazy. You say you pulled me over because my car was smoking, right, and then tell me to slow it down. Wow. So you just picking something, but the fact that I didn't respond the way you thought I was gonna respond by going off, you really didn't have nothing to kind of get me with. So, basically like you showing me some type of mercy or something, when in actuality you shouldn't pull me over in the first place. And that's the other thing I don't like. I don't like it when they act like they're doing you a favor. I'm not doing anything anyway. Like, you're not doing me no favors. I'm not breaking no laws. You're not doing me a favor by letting me off with a warning. What warning? Warning for what? I wasn't doing that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's to make them feel empowered. That's to make them feel like they're calling the shots. That's to make them feel like they've done you some type of favor.
Look up the words catch and release.
So while you said that, I'm gonna do that right now.
Cause that's all. It's a fishing expedition. So what they do, they catch you, or they'll pull you over if it's something that they don't, if they feel everything is A-okay, then you're released back into the streets. So it's catch and release.
Right. There you go. That's it. Yep. That's it. I was just, as you said that, I was looking it up and there it was.
And they just so happen to look up sometime in certain situations, and then you get to go to jail.
Man, I knew that more of this type of conversation was going to take place, because
it's just like the stop and frisk in New York.
There you go. I was just finna get to that. I was just finna get to that. Stop and frisk.
It's just like
just about to that. Stop and frisk. The hip hop police, them pulling over rappers back in like the early 2000s. Like, you couldn't ride, you couldn't even drive your nice car.
Yep.
Nowhere.
Dude.
You was getting lit up on site. Like literally, they created something to target rappers and ball players, and anybody they thought had some type of influence, and pull you over. Cause like even Jay called them the rap. They called themselves the Rap Patrol. Like, for real? Like, this is what we doing?
What you doing?
You know what I'm saying? What you got? Y'all must be moving some drugs. Nah, bro, we just had a show. Like, you think I'm finna ride around with 15 keys in my trunk? Like,
now you're sitting in your Lexus talking to a police officer, explaining to him why you have a nice car.
And look, and that's the reason why they were mad in the first place. That's why they were mad in the first place.
Right.
because here, here I am working this job, and I don't remember. I'm trying to remember. There was a movie, man, about these corrupt police in New York, and the guy said, "Man, these folks get to go out here and live these great lives, and I'm stuck working this job, working at night, trying to save up my money and my kids and stuff." And I was like, "Oh, okay, so that's what they'd be all about." So they be mad because they don't have what the rappers have, so they pull them over. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Pull them over, give them a hard time, lock them up, send them to jail. Man, I locked so and so up last night.
No, it ain't
You know
even
what I'm saying?
about going to jail. It'll be, like I said, it's gonna be the catch and release. They're gonna be like, "Do you want to go to jail or you want to go home?" I can always write something up for you to go to jail. What do you have on you to make me not take you to jail? I know you're a rapper. I know you probably got some dope on you or something like that. Give me what's ever in your pocket. Dude, I've been in that situation. Give me what's ever in your pocket.
Yep.
My nigga, this is extortion. What are you talking about?
Yep.
This is extortion. I'm sitting here leaning on the car like this. Whatever you got in my pockets, I get to keep. I was like, what?
So back in the day, like, I want to say like the 90s, when the police was robbing drillers, and they was robbing, regular people. Like,
yes,
if you had any kind of money in your pocket, they ask you, "Oh man, so look here, man.
I know you're doing something you ain't got no business."
Yeah, I know. There you go. I was just gonna say it. I know you're doing something, so you need to go on, either tell me or give me what you got. I know some man that just had like a blunt or something in the car, a couple of roll blunts or whatever, and probably in their pocket. They went home empty-handed, $60 included. Man, I tell you what, man, go on, drop that out right there. I'm gonna write up as a warning. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you go to warning. Man, I'm taking my bag, man. I just bought that sack, man. I just spent 20. Nah, you need to go on, come up off of that.
You want to go to jail? Like, man, go on, man, go on, take the jump, man. Go on, take the jump.
Look, I know some that have done that. They said they did it. They's like, man, I took that junk and smoked myself. I'm sitting there looking at them like, for real, dog?
Yes.
Like, are you serious?
My nigga, hey, somebody caught a Memphis PD officer smoking a blunt somewhere, like in a little stash. He was like somewhere in the parking lot somewhere, and somebody was sitting there recording him, and they was like, "Look at this man right here, smoking on the blunt." I was like, "Wow." He was in the cut. He was in the cut smoking a blunt. I was like, "Wow, look at this."
But that's who we got serving and protecting, so you know how that is.
I feel like this, man. Hey, just ask my nigga. Don't intimidate and tell a nigga to go to jail, man.
Exactly.
Make friends, my nigga. Shit. Damn, shit. Don't threaten and intimidate me, nigga. Make some friends here. Take the blunt, dog. Shit. We can sit in the parking lot and roll another one.
Man, together and talk about it. So since you mentioned weed, you mentioned blunt. So obviously Dave Chappelle's 8 minutes and 46 seconds performance is on Netflix. It's all over YouTube. It's all over the world. Had like 3.5 million views in less than a day.
Right.
What do you think about Chappelle's dialogue, his monologue actually, and what he had to say about the whole thing?
I was talking about this with my nigga the other day, and we both pretty much saying that it's it really was. I ain't even really gonna say it was even stand up. He was just pretty much telling. He is great at telling stories, and if you just so happen to catch something funny out of it, cool. But he's also going to open your eyes in a different way while being funny, telling the story. So
right.
The fact that he brought this whole all the way around to his city, Ohio, about this police officer pulling him over, and that same officer who just so happened to know him gave him a free pass. He went and killed a nigga the next day. You be like,
he went and killed him. He sure did. He sure
like,
did the very next
damn,
day.
this nigga, he like, damn, this dude was like that. And he just so happened to give me a pass because of who I am. Maybe he was out here trying to kill a nigga. So it was, I liked how he did that shit. I wish he had got on the Azalea Banks junk more. But
I think he was trying not. I think he was trying not to.
Oh, trust and believe. Stay tuned. He gonna have a real stand up.
Yeah. That was just kind of like that was kind of like a warning shot, basically. You know what I'm saying? That was kind of like a warning shot, which it was a good one because it was all social commentary. I think that Dave Chappelle is turning into Dick Gregory, like right before our eyes, by the way. You know what I'm saying?
He was.
I can see the influence. That Baba had on him.
He was. I saw Lester Washington telling a story, especially when he started putting that cigarette out. When he pulled that cigarette out, But
that too. Yeah, I see that.
The whole story from he told basically since before he was born about his great granddad because he was rich, and he was hungry or something like that. But the telling that story up until now, just telling people one, hey, it's not that long ago, people. So quit trying to act like this was so long ago. These are several generations that I am still aware of.
Yeah.
And this is still happening now. And then to the simple fact. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm looking up Lester Washington right now, actually.
No, that's his character on Dave Chappelle.
Oh, you talking about Leonard Washington?
Leonard Washington, yeah.
You talking about Leonard Washington.
Yeah, we had the cigarette in his man. He turned into Leonard Washington.
Leonard Washington.
But yeah, I just liked how he just broke the whole thing down. Like I say, he's great at telling the story, and it was pretty much he broke it down like by generations, and just letting you know, hey, this has been going on, and to the simple fact, hey, we've been protesting enough, and I just want to let y'all know if it continue to go on, ain't gonna be no more talking. It's pretty much how he said it. Is like,
right. Because I mean, everything is getting to. I think the pressure is getting to a boiling point.
Yes,
it's getting to a boiling point, and there's only so long people are gonna take, unfair and inhumane treatment. It's only gonna be so long. That's just how things work. I mean, this is how it works, Jay. Like, it's only gonna be so long, and then and the people that lead the revolt, that lead the rise up, are people that don't have anything to lose. They don't have anything to lose.
Or they lost everything already.
Or there you go. Or they've already lost everything. So you got people protesting. You got 14, 15-year-old kids protesting alongside 60-year-old people. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's what tells the tale of how we're seeing, the feeling, the anger, the frustration, because I think he represented like exactly what we feel. I mean, he does. Like he probably said exactly what we thought or what we felt. And when he said about, not needing like people, they don't need me to speak about this. Like people, like ain't nobody checking for Ja Rule right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the thing.
Who
It's like,
cares
man,
for Ja Rule?
the streets are
Thanks.
gonna speak for. He's like the streets can, the streets speak for themselves, and they speaking loud and clear.
Right.
Like every day there's a protest. Every day there's a protest. So you know what I'm saying?
Like they burned their Wendy's down. Rashard, what's his name? Rashard Brooks got shot and killed in the back. In Atlanta. Which, mind you, I'm looking at this now. That dude just got. They talking about this man finna get the death penalty. They charged him man with murder.
Yeah. And they should.
And I want to say some other police officers that's getting charged. Cause of something right now. So
I mean,
it's happening. I see some things happening, but I don't want this just to be for show, my nigga. Like let this be happening and let policies being changed at the same time while all this is going on.
That's the other thing. When you start sentencing people, actually sentencing them, then it starts to set a precedent, because now I have to think before I act in those type of situations. Right. Because I don't want to go to prison. Like when you take the comfortability of a cop being able to shoot somebody unarmed and go home and go to sleep and get paid time off. Right. When you take that away from them and they have to face the same exact fates as somebody, if I come and shoot you, you know what I'm saying? Like they have to face the same exact situation. If I shoot you over a disagreement, right, and I kill you in cold blood, I'm going to jail. First of all, I'm going to jail. They're gonna process me. They're gonna give me the first little court date, right? Find out if I got legal representation, and I'm gonna probably get another one. And I'm going to have to go and defend myself against the state, because the state says is accusing me of murder or charging me with murder, right? So now I have to go, and if I got legal advice or legal help, and go convince them that, hey, I didn't take this man's life because it was a disagreement, something happened, blah, blah, blah. But a cop that does it doesn't have to go through their process. They go talk to the police union, they go talk to their superiors. They have to take paid time off and get a mental evaluation and file a report. They ask, did anybody see it? No, nobody see it. Okay, take your time off, go take you some medication, take you some days off, and watch TV and still get paid. And then you right back at work right after that.
I can't remember if I made mention of it in the previous podcast, but did you see the police report for that Breonna Taylor Johnson?
I did not. I think you mentioned it a couple podcasts back, but I didn't see the actual police report. No.
The gentleman was blank, my nigga.
Wow.
So all this time, it's 4 months. It just got your basic information. Her name, her address, that type of stuff, the police name, that type of stuff. Nothing else. It was blank.
Nothing, but you killed somebody. You killed a fellow officer at that. But the report is blank.
Right.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, that's some crooked stuff right there.
I was like, dude, what? So, and I might have been mistaken. I don't think she may not have been an officer. She was some type of no, I think she was.
Because I saw a picture of her in a cop uniform.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. But yeah, still, the report was blank. So you spent all this time that was like, well, it's still under investigation. And then when the report is turned in, it's just pretty much a basic little form.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, look, it's one of those situations where if you can do it, remember, if you can do it and get away with it, what do they say? What was that? What was that? It was a group back in the day that had a song, and I can't remember. I think it may have been Above the Law or somebody like that. But it was a part in the song that says, "It's not what you
Ooh,
know, it's what you can prove." You know what I'm saying? It's not,
I forgot about
yeah,
Above the Law.
yeah. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. And I remember in a Training Day, Alonzo, the character Alonzo, played by Denzel Washington, said that to them when they were going in to get their money out of old boy's house. And he was like, "It's not what you know, it's what you can prove."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we all know that we killed this dude, but can you prove we killed him? No, it's a whole different ball game. So, you know, that's what they have been able to bank on. I know the police harass people, but can you prove it? You know what I'm saying? So when, cell phones start showing up and you can do video and take pictures, then what do they, then they started wearing cams, start cutting the body cams off, right? You know what I'm saying?
Which they get charged for that if any police officer turn it off for any other reason.
Right.
And you know what's funny? Do you remember the song? The parts of the words in "This Is America" by Childish Gambino. He was like, "This is a tool," where he was showing like the kids using the phone, taking the picture. Right. Oh my Kodak Black. That shit. I'm like, everything in that video looks kind of like what's going, all this chaos and everything like that now.
Right. And that too, and it's like a big episode of Chappelle Show, because everything that's going on, that it happened on the Chappelle Show. Like,
I'm waiting for this. I'm waiting for this reparations check that they've been talking about. Which now I did a story.
It's not enough.
It's not enough, but technically it is. Even if you just did minimum wage, even if you did like if it was $15 an hour. So if you did 400 years times, because I want to say it's like it's 52 weeks in a year, so there would have been like 29 something thousand weeks. It would have came out. It would come out. It would have came out to been like three. It was like 385K. I was like, well, okay, it's over 400 years. But I was like, shoot, give a nigga 100K for every year. 100K for every 100 years.
So here's the thing. I don't know where Bob Johnson came. I'm researching to find out where Bob Johnson came up with that number. Because if you take the 40 acres and a mule that was supposed to be promised, it's like 1.4 million or something like that. Because in today's numbers.
That's what I was thinking when I posted. I was like, man, we should be getting like 1.5 or something like that. I'd be cool with the 1.5.
Yeah. Now, my question is this. When we talking reparations, I think the model, a part of, not necessarily the model, because our reparations are a lot different than the Chinese. They're a lot different than the Jews. Ours should be payment for the investment that we were used as to stimulate the global economy. The work that Black folks did here, from transatlantic slave trade to sharecropping, Jim Crow, it basically
so you mean like
had the world first. I mean, and I'm talking 200 years from now. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking continual residual income from now on.
Yeah.
Because it's money. It's not only money that America needs to pay Black folks, but Europe needs to pay Black folks. You know what I'm saying? China needs to pay, Asia needs to pay Black folks. You know what I'm saying? America's not the only place that profited off of slave labor. So that number, I'm not going to turn a check down for $350,000. I'm not. However, here's a catch.
But they lowballing you with that number first.
Well, that's the thing. So again, when he says 300K, I'm like, that's a great number, Bob. But however, sir, I'm more interested in income from now on, because you gotta retro pay me for 400 plus years, right? And you gotta pay me for what you made off of me, right? Not just what you owe me for working, but what you made off of me. So I was used as an investment, and
the mental anguish, the oppression, all of that. Then that's why I say the 1.5. So just the mental anguish and the oppression alone, and all of that with the 400 years, that would be just enough satisfactory.
And student loans should be forgiven. All negative credit should be wiped away. All
predatory loans.
All your predatory stuff, anybody signed up for, all that stuff should be gone. You should get a clear slate, clear credit, clear student loans. All that stuff should be gone. It should be out of here.
But how they would look at that is, oh, well, you got 1.5, you can just pay out of that. No, my nigga.
No.
I want it tax free.
No. Yeah.
I want the 1.5 tax free. I want everything. All of this has to be in a signed little contract, like 1.5 tax free. And this is before I get all this tax free. Student loan need to be cleared, credit need to be cleared, all the predatory loans need to be disappeared and wiped away. Then here you go, a crispy 1.5.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you.
Let that 1.5 come after the entire slate has been cleaned, and after we have set up a means to receive residual income for generation. Right?
Well, no, I ain't gonna say all that.
No, sir.
That's up to us with the decision making.
No, sir. It's not.
No, but see, nobody else has this residual income making though.
No, see, oh, really?
Who has it?
Have you seen what the Jews got?
They have residual income making.
Dude, they still getting paid. What you mean? They still getting paid.
Oh, okay. Well, I was unaware of this. I was unaware.
Yes.
Okay. So, but see, in order, well, no. I ain't gonna, yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Again, if I take a seed and put it in the ground this year, the apple tree grows in 10 years. Whatever is produced on that tree is based on what I put in that ground, right? So if I did the work and I toiled and I did this, that, and the other, and I went back and picked from that tree. Come on now.
The cotton making.
So we're not just talking about we need to get a check. No, we need to get a check, a clear slate, and residual income set up.
You know how much polos niggas buy from off of the cotton?
Come on, man.
Nigga, we be rich. I'm sorry, wealthy. Because niggas be spending so much money on polos and Tommy shirts and just
But
cotton, man. I mean, you got these 500 thread count, 800 thread count sheets. Cotton, man.
So I don't just want the check. I want stake in our transportation companies. I want stake in any type of organization that grades cotton, that does overseas shipments. I want stake in manufacturing. I want stake in there needs to be a review of the patents of the cotton gin and all of those the machinery and all that stuff. There needs to be a review of the patents. There needs to be a review of who approved.
Hey nigga, you asking for too much now.
No, sir, I'm not asking too much.
That's what they're gonna be saying. I'm saying it sounds like a cool idea, but when you come to the table, I'm like, look here, nigga.
When you go to the table, you ask for what you want to, because
and then you negotiate somewhere.
And then you meet somewhere in the middle. Yeah. You meet somewhere in the middle, and that's what you do. You go in there with that in mind, right? Because I'm not going again. I love Bob Johnson. I think he's a very smart guy. I don't want 350,000 ain't gonna do nothing for me.
Hey,
No, I'm serious. 350,000 gonna me. I'm gonna tell you why. Because the house I go buy is gonna be 125, right? So
exactly. That's halfway gone. That's
halfway gone. So then if I got to pay my student loans back, right? That's another $70,000 that I got to spend, right? Okay. Now, if I'm gonna go buy a new car or I'm gonna go and get my old car fixed, that's gonna be another at least 10 or 20. If I buy a new one, it's gonna be 40, right? You know what I'm saying? So most of my money gone already.
Exactly. That's what I was saying. That's why I was like, hold on, man.
And if I got any type of hospital bill or any type of stuff like that, dude, by the time I pay all my stuff off, I may have 50 grand left. And I still got to go to work the next day. No, that's not enough. No, sir. You need to take me out of my job, pimp. And if I get 1.4, I'm going to take 1.4. I don't want to pay no bills. I don't want to pay no taxes for at least 15, 20 years. I'm going to take that money and put it back in my business. And then the rest of it, I'll invest in real estate and then, stuff like that in industry, right? There's, stuff that's going to grow. Then we can have a conversation about, okay, what I need to pay off or whatever. But no, 350,000 ain't going to get it. That's going to be gone.
At all.
Like for any person like ourselves, knowing what we owe now, what we have to pay for, what we want to buy, like, no, we're not going to go and spend the whole 350 on a crib in Collierville or Germantown.
Hell
But
no.
we'll probably if our house is not paid off, we're gonna pay the house off. Maybe go buy another one.
Depends on how much land the house sitting on. Maybe.
Right.
But yeah.
Exactly. Right. So no, like that's not an advantage for me. I need a clear cut advantage. So just to kind of switch gears real quick, there was a question that you asked, and I saw it on the text that you sent me earlier, and I want to make sure we got to it. Hold up. So it's two things. The cop-related show is being canceled, and then this thing with Nikki Minaj and Tekashi, I didn't see that, so we can end with that part. But the NYPD thing,
man,
what
dude,
do you think about that? I'm gonna let you talk about that one. I saw it.
You saw that weekend? You saw the weekend's press conference? You saw the shit? That press conference was weak as hell, my nigga. I was like, dude, are you serious? So, okay, you the fucking bully out here talking about respect me, god damn it. Respect me. I don't. I can't believe y'all out here treating us like thugs. Nigga, y'all out here beating niggas up. Y'all busting folks in the head, shoot people in the face. Damn, really? Man, this nigga was fire hot.
He was about to start crying.
But it also looked like, you remember that scene in Django where they got together on the horses and it was like, hey, I can't see out of my face. I can't see out of my mask. This nigga looked back at them talking about, who's with me? Yeah. You know what the first thing I did when I looked at that junk? I zoomed in to see if I saw a black face. I'm like, oh, thank you. Not one nigga in sight. Before I go in on that group, I was like, let me make sure it's not a nigga in sight. And I was like, okay, cool. But man, that was ridiculous, dude. I'm like, how you finna? It's pretty much like this. Nigga, we see you. Nigga, we see you. We saw you push the white bitch to the floor, to the ground, just because she stood beside you. Yep. I mean, football pushed her ass.
Yeah.
We saw you shoot this dude in the face. We saw you Billy Club somebody else. Like, we see this. Yeah. And you talking about quit treating us like we are thugs. Quit disrespecting us. Nigga. Okay.
Man, that part right there, treating I said they treating us like thugs. I was like, first of all, the terminology. I always pay attention to the words. I always pay attention to the words they use. He said, "Quit treating us like thugs." So actually, he was saying, "Quit treating us like niggas." That's what he was. That's what he was saying.
Exactly.
That's what he was saying. Y'all, you can't treat me like no, because I ain't no nigga. That's what he was saying. I ain't no nigga. You ain't finna treat me like no nigga.
Y'all ain't gonna be talking about us like we these niggas out here in the streets.
That's exactly that. Yeah, that's exactly what he was getting at. And so seeing that, and also seeing a lot of the videos of just more white tears, people crying because they can't get, lady cried because they didn't give her food.
I'm finna give me a t-shirt made. I'm finna give me a t-shirt made that just says white. It's gonna have glitter and just says white tears.
I'm like, come on, man. Like the stuff that we deal with, these folks mad because they like their racism, so now they upset. Like, really? Like, is that what? Like, and so seeing that, man, is just it's an interesting thing. It really is. It really is,
man. I can't believe you ain't seen this. This is Nikki Minaj video. I'm finna send it to your phone real quick, my nigga.
Okay.
So I thought it would be like an outrage, but hold on. You'll understand once you see it. It's like
oh God.
But like, you know what? It's not that bad.
Let me see.
I don't know the words to the song. I don't remember the chorus. Yeah. Exactly.
I'm gonna have to watch this when we.
No. This will be your first reaction. You know how they had the video, the YouTube video takes your first reaction watching the video.
Okay, hold on. What kind of cone? This is like, oh man.
Well, I wasn't looking at it for the coonery, but I guess Nicki Minaj part hasn't come on yet. Are you saying Nicki Minaj? Have you seen her yet?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Fast forward some to when you get to. Just let me know when you get to. You will see why I forget about the whole song, because once Nicki Minaj is on the screen, it's like, so she okay. She did a song with Tekashi. Huh. All right. Nice visuals. See, your whole outlook on the video has changed. Wow. See? The whole outlook on the song and video has now changed. I'm like, the song ain't that bad.
This is ridiculous.
Exactly. I'm like, it's not that bad. So what? So what? He snitched. Oh man. Oh man. You forget all about that the nigga was a rat.
Oh my God, man.
Dude.
That is wow.
So I stomached the first minute of the song. After that first minute where man, I don't even know what the hell that nigga said in the song. Once she came into the picture, I was like, Tekashi got a song?
That's
Woo!
typical. That's typical. That
You are lost for
man,
words.
I don't even know what to say.
You are lost for words.
Yep.
Cause when I first seen it, I was like, man, I can't believe she did a song with this man. And then I watched it and I was like,
Wow.
okay.
Wow.
Okay.
I don't even understand.
And that junk has already got like 8 million views.
It's 109 million.
Damn.
Yeah, 109 million views in 5 days.
100 and boy.
Yes.
See what I'm saying? When I first seen it, it was like at 8 million. And that was when it first went live.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Sex sells and it makes you forget about everything else.
See, that's the other thing I think we need to be careful about. That's the other thing I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause that right there, it's like you watch that video and you like,
Yeah, and you forget that Tekashi's a complete rat.
Exactly.
But you know what though? I gotta say this. I think dude was a plant from the beginning.
Yes.
Yeah, he was a plant from the beginning. He wasn't like he was planted. He was planted in the industry. He was planted in the industry. Because there's no way he decided to become a rapper and then snitched and ain't nobody touched him yet. Like there's no way. Because somebody would have got him a long time ago.
Yeah. But I mean
he was a plant.
He got the biggest gang in the world, man. The Boyz in Blue.
Okay, there you go. All right. That's what I was going to say. I was waiting on you to say that because like somebody listening probably like, oh man, yeah.
Tekashi gonna come out with a song, respect my authority.
You can start seeing white police officer with 6ix9ine tattoos on their face. He's our hero. Go 6ix9ine, snitch. Yeah. White power.
Now there is one other thing I want to touch on before we wrap is so the NBA is looking like that they finna get ready to try to start the season. But Kyrie Irving is like,
Yeah.
So some of them are wanting to sit out.
Why do you always bring stuff up like this? Because this could take up an entire episode.
Wait, we still got time?
Nah.
Well, all right, we can touch. We're going. I know it's a lot. It'll be a lot to unpack, but I do want to rap about it because it's happening. But
yeah.
Because I know it's going to be more to talk about anyway. But yeah.
So there's two sides of it that I see real quick. I see what they're saying about the players coming back to play. I also understand people may think I'm crazy, but I know exactly what Kyrie Irving is talking about.
Yes.
And Kyrie is not wrong. He is not crazy and he is not wrong. Because in essence, he's doing exactly
Colin Kaepernick was doing.
Okay, there we go. He did exactly. He's doing exactly what Colin Kaepernick was doing he's talking about the exact same things that Jim Brown and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar oh my God, and all those guys talked about.
Right.
Like, if they don't treat us right, we're not going to play. If they don't treat our people, if black people can't come to the games, why are we going to show up to play? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
There was a time when black players could play and black people couldn't come to the games to watch black players. So they started pushing that to the forefront and saying, why are we playing if our people can't come and play? For Kyrie, go ahead.
The other thing, how I'm looking at it, is how the media is talking about it. Even when I see like Stephen A. and people talking about it, it's almost to the point like, man, shut up and dribble. It's almost to that point. Like, shut up and just go out and play already, and don't say nothing else about it.
Because that cuts off their money too.
Exactly.
That cuts off their money too. So you know how that works. But in actuality, Ice Cube has already got the blueprint for what Kyrie is talking about. Ice Cube's already doing it.
If they want to play I'd rather play for somebody black who gives a fuck about me, I'm supporting over there. So yeah, I'll go play basketball with Ice Cube someplace in the bubble.
Exactly.
But not for the NBA. So yeah, right. I can see that totally. But
and I've already made enough money to sustain myself. And now Ice Cube is gonna pick up revenue and ad dollars from sponsorships, because now the big name play, let's say, quote unquote, it happened, bigger name players are gonna come play, and it's gonna turn into not the big three, but the big five.
Exactly.
Right. So now I got more people watching. So now companies, Johnson & Johnson, Coca-Cola, Kellogg is going to advertise during my show.
Exactly. Right? Exactly.
So now I'm getting that money. Now here's another team. Oh, you know what? We got internet stations. We got stations starting every day. We're going to put this on one of Byron Allen's networks. It used to be.
Hey, my goodness.
Whatever.
That thought right there you just threw up. Nobody has made mention that Byron Allen won his case.
Did he win it? I thought he lost the case.
No, he won. They settled and he won. That shit is swept under the rug, my nigga. He won that junk.
Wow.
He won that case.
Wow.
It was I seen the alert on that junk about it was either Monday or Friday of last week, and I seen that junk that Comcast settled with Byron Allen. I was like, wow, they ain't even say nothing about that. And the reason why I know they settled is because he's hush about it. So 9 times out of 10 with that, it's like an NDA. He can't speak on it.
Yeah, NDA. Right. Yep.
So yeah, I definitely could see that. Ice Cube getting contact with Byron Allen, they start having basketball games with that. But because I see a lot of players like I said. What?
You're right. It just took place like 6 days ago.
That's what I told you.
It just happened like 6 days ago. Yeah. Yeah.
So I could definitely see that happening, but I hate how the media is spinning this junk like Kyrie is trying to tear the NBA down, because that's all you keep saying. Kyrie is not. He's not with starting the NBA season. Blah blah blah. He's trying to sit out, and then they talking about and again they want to try and bring money into this. They be like, well, they're gonna have billions of dollars on the table that they're gonna be missing out on. And my nigga, I want to live still. You put my life in jeopardy, like, hey, let's go over here in the bubble and play. Away from your family, away from your friends, here for a certain amount of weeks, just so people can see me play basketball.
Right. And the I think now with the precautions that even the big three is setting into, I think the NBA itself is not necessarily the league administration, but I think the league ownership, the guys that are ownership, they're not really in a position to, like, most of those guys don't care about like black folks' rights. They just happy that they got black dudes on their team hooping that's making them money. Now, Mark Cuban is probably different. You know what I'm saying? Mark Cuban is a lot different. You got some other owners that are a lot different. I think the Grizzlies owner is different. But for the most part, you know, and then if you compare, of course, you know, NFL is a whole different ball game. But like a lot of those, they don't care. Like they're like, okay, well, you know, whatever. But if people stop coming to the games, they're gonna start caring. Like if the top guys in the draft don't go to the draft and be like, hey, we're going to play for the Big Five now.
And
You
so
know what I'm
that's
saying? Because I can go make 40 million playing for the Big Five. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't got to come over here and get this big $127 million contract. I go make 40 million playing over there, and I'm playing less games. I'm playing less games, and I get to go home on the weekends and chill, right? Because like these games are scheduled a different way, and I'm probably not going to be playing as many games.
Nope.
Because it's a smaller group. So I'm still making my money. You know what I'm saying? So those are the things that like we hear, and I'll say this, you know, there's a lot of talk going on, your ESPN folks and your economics people and all of that. When it really boils down to it's entertainment. People want to be entertained. And if your biggest stars are not playing, people are not entertained. Like nobody's going to see Todd McCullough. Nobody's going to see Todd McCullough in you know what I'm saying? Nobody's going to see you know, a aging Mike Miller, right? Nobody's showing up to see them. They want to go see Ja Morant, Triple J. They trying to go see, you know, LeBron. They trying to go see, you know what I'm saying? They're not trying to see Kyle Korver. Okay. They're not trying to, you know what I mean? Like back in the day, like nobody was showing up to see Steve Kerr. Nobody was showing up to see Mark Price. They were showing up to see John Paxson. They were showing up to see MJ, Pip, Mark, Ron Harper, Dumar. Like that's who they were showing up to see. So those guys don't show up. There's nothing here to entertain us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like if people really got that in their psyche, they will understand what Kyrie is talking about. Kyrie is making a whole lot of sense.
They have all the leverage. And I think that's what Kyrie is trying to let them know and see, hey man, we have all the leverage right now.
Yep.
We should sit out, fuck this playing in the bubble shit. I ain't trying to get sick for these niggas here. You not trying to get sick for these niggas over here.
Yep.
And they just want us to play and make them some money. Because that's all they
make them some money.
Because that's all the NBA is worried about, the sponsorships that's not being aired. Everybody's talking about they're gonna miss the NBA finals and all this other type of stuff. And nigga, it's people's lives at stake that y'all keep talking about is a pandemic out here.
But again, they pushing it, you know, they trying to push, we're gonna come back and we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. I'm gonna say that I give them, once they start back like practicing heavy and all that, I'm gonna give them a week and they're gonna have 25 cases. Because you can't get them to stop messing with them groupies, and you know one of them groupies got COVID, so they're gonna be.
Stop paying attention to the little thoughts if seeing if they're going to Florida. If you start seeing them going to Florida, you start seeing their stories and they in Florida someplace. Oh wow, it look nice out here. Oh, look at the water. Wow. I'm stunned on you hoes. So yeah. Oh boy.
Man, you crazy. Man.
So exactly.
Man, you crazy, dog. Because that's exactly what they're gonna be doing.
Exactly.
Oh boy. Oh man, that's all I got.
And Cops was canceled.
Yeah, I saw that. Cops was
TV
canceled.
show.
And then you know what? That makes me think why the show was even on in the first place. Like, why was it on? Like, why do we need to see a TV show about people getting arrested? I don't understand.
Do you know that's where the term this term wife beater came from?
Yeah, I know. I did.
I was like, what? It came from all the time when niggas was getting arrested, they had these on. They was abusing their girlfriends. So they was like, these are wife beaters. What?
You know we didn't come up with that. You know who came up with that.
Okay. And since we're talking about nigga tidbits that deal with products that we buy that white people put terms to that we just use on our own, did you know that the monkey wrench Jack Johnson, the boxer, made, and the only reason why it was called, he came up with it, and it was called the wrench. They called it a monkey wrench to keep people from buying it.
Yep, they did.
And to this day, we still call it a monkey wrench. It looks nothing like a monkey, no monkey foot, paw, or nothing, but we still call it a monkey wrench.
Yep. I heard D. Gregory talk about that years ago when he talked about Jack Johnson. He was talking about when he was like, he's the one that
he invented
the wrench. He invented the wrench, and they put monkey on it as an insult to him and an insult to black folks.
Right.
And then so people wouldn't, so they wouldn't buy it. Yeah.
Right.
And they say, and have you ever heard somebody say, they threw a wrench in the plan? They threw a wrench in the plan. Why you need, like, a wrench fixes things.
Exactly.
So if you using a wrench, you're actually fixing something, but they use that in reverse psychology to add a negative connotation to it since it was invented by black men.
Right. So just word to the wise people when you're using the term monkey wrench, it's just wrench. Pass me the wrench.
Yeah. Leave the monkey off.
Exactly.
Because I don't know. Depends on who you are.
A monkey didn't make it. My partner Jack Johnson made it. The world's greatest boxer in his joint. He invented the wrench. Just word. Just a black tidbit there.
That's it, man.
But we go ahead and wrap this joint up. It was good talking to you, my nigga. Good seeing.
Yes, sir.
Good seeing. Good things are happening for. Hate that negative things had to happen, but good to see.
Man.
Things are happening and changing.
Yeah, man. That's growth is growth and progress is uncomfortable at times, but it's necessary, and we're just gonna keep it moving, man. Shout out to all the black folks, all the people.
Black Lives Matter people
all day, every day, all day.
Like to give a shout out again to all the new listeners, the day ones. Thank you for this listening with us on this journey that we've been taking. So we just how should I say, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word that I'm looking for, but we're just doing it. I guess you could say. Right, we freestyling right now. Freestyling right now. It's just gonna get better. Is all I can tell you. So
that's it.
Thank you for doing this with us. Is all I can say. And we're gonna have more to provide for y'all. And on that note, happy Juneteenth. It's a celebration. Go out there, shoot them firecrackers. They already popping them things out in the neighborhood too. So go get your little barbecues together. It's happening this weekend, right? Yeah.
This weekend, Friday. It's Friday. Yep, it's Friday.
So listen to the podcast. Yeah, listen to the podcast in the morning while you're going ahead and getting everything done and all that.
Yep. There you go.
And get you some Uncle Nearest.
Uncle Nearest. No Jack James this weekend. Only Uncle Nearest.
Only Uncle Nearest. I am your host, Jason JWillDoes. I got my guy, this big head ass nigga.
I knew it was coming. I was just waiting.
I got my guy, Ivan, the Grizzly, the Great. And we are the Off on the Tangent podcast, and we're about this joint. Holla
back.
Bet.